In this video we're going to talk about the on the level trophy. So for this one you need to get to level 50. You'll get this on the way to the limit breaker trophy, which is where you have to get to level 99. But essentially the levels go up, you get levels up in all the different styles. So you'll have brawler, wild gun, swordsman, and gunman. So all those four you get a certain amount of levels in. And then you can also get the grey levels. They're just the sort of general levels, like the overall levels, which you can put into all the different slots of the other styles if you want to. Easiest way to level up is actually to do the 100-man brawl, I think, in the arena, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong, but if you get the golden gun or something like that, and just start blasting everyone, you shouldn't have too much trouble, especially if it's on easy. But another good place to level up is in the dungeons, because you do need to grind a hell of a lot to get certain items. So if you do maybe Sonada's end fight, or if you're just looking for certain items, you're just going to naturally level up for whatever you're looking for. So most of the items are purchasable either at the Virtue shop or in various different shops, but there are like a select few that aren't. So you get quite a few from sub-stories, you get quite a few from dungeons, might even get through a few from fights just in general as you're walking around town. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of grinding going on. It's not going to be fun for the most part, because you do have to do these dungeons quite a lot, and it's all RNG based. So I think you can increase your drop chances, pretty sure, with certain items, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is a good place to sort of experiment with different cards, if you haven't already. I didn't really experiment with any of the mechanics, to be quite honest, because I was just trying to get through it to get the videos out. But yeah, there's a lot to be said for this game. It's fun. It's definitely different to the other Yakuzas, which is nice. But obviously if you learn it, it's going to be a completely different game to if you're just blasting through it like I did. Although I did put it on Legend to start with, which was a terrible idea, so I'd recommend just starting on easy, maybe just do a Legend playthrough afterwards, because you'll have a lot better of a time. Or if you know how to play the game, then by all means play on Legend, but it was a lot harder than it seemed, especially since I didn't know about like the equipment stuff, and getting decent equipment, getting the golden gun early, getting certain items like healing items that were decent rather than the rubbish ones. I was doing that for most of the game, which was not a good idea. But yeah, there's plenty of things you can do to circumvent the difficulty. Getting these cards up is a good thing, and there's lots of different tactics online if you are struggling. For my cards, most of the game I did choose like the tiger and the bear, because they did like colossal damage, even on Legend, to take out certain bosses and stuff when they were just a bit too much. Because like you have to learn obviously the patterns and dodging and all that, and some of these moves are relatively swift and some of them one-shot you, so it's not ideal. And I recommend like leveling up all the abilities as well as soon as you can. So there's plenty of ways to circumvent the difficulty, but it's better to know what you're doing before you even undertake that, generally. But if you want to struggle and learn, by all means, it will take a bit longer on the time frame, because you will probably lose a few times to certain bosses. But yeah, it's interesting when these moves combo up as well. Like for example there, where Ichigo's power up, he gives you sort of like strength power boost, but it also matches in with the tiger in that one. But that can happen with this Essence of Firestorm as well, which absolutely decimates some of the bigger opponents when they're unable to fall down. So always useful tactics there. But yeah, I'm going to do separate videos for the crafting. What else should I do a separate video on? Trying to think, top of my head, can't think at all. But yeah, I'm going to do quite a few separate videos to do like big ones, like, it might be 20 minutes, might be 15 minutes, something, just going through sort of useful tips maybe that'll help in certain trophies. So the crafting especially I want to do because it was a nightmare for me, and even like basic things like loading the game. You can just click start and load instead of like dashboarding. I was dashboarding every single time, wasting minutes of my life doing that. So simple things like that. But yeah, there's loads to be said about the seeding and the ridiculous RNG that isn't RNG to a certain degree. But yeah, hopefully some of those tips helped. If you enjoyed the videos, please leave a comment and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. We're getting towards 600 plus now, so really good stuff. I appreciate the support. Hopefully it continues. Take care, peace out. Thanks for watching.